Hello, my radiant Leo. It's Luna Celestine. And today we speak not of what the world sees, but what it feels the moment you enter the room. You may have wondered why conversations pause mid-sentence when you walk in. Why some people sit up straighter while others avert their gaze. It's not a coincidence. You don't just arrive, you shift the air, bend the energy, and awaken something in the silent places of those around you. The space does not remain the same once you've passed through it. Something stirs. Something real. Something undeniable. This isn't about charm or presence. It's not about being loud, expressive, or noticed. It's about frequency. You carry a frequency that doesn't ask for attention, it demands truth. And not everyone is ready for that. Because the truth you reflect back to them is the one they've spent years burying, denying, masking beneath roles and expectations. Your very being becomes a mirror. And for those unprepared, that reflection can feel like fire. But fire is not. Your corset is your essence. Today, we'll explore why your energy does this, why you've felt too much for others at times, and why this isn't something to shrink away from, but something to finally understand and fully claim. Because, dear Leo, you weren't sent here to blend in. You were sent to awaken. Let's begin. There is something deeply unsettling about being seen, not just noticed, but truly seen, and that is exactly what your energy does. Leo, you don't speak a word. Yet, your presence alone begins to peel back the layers others have so carefully arranged to shield themselves from their own inner truths. You walk into a room and suddenly people feel things they thought they'd buried, the dreams they gave up on, the parts of themselves they silenced to survive, the desires they never dared to speak aloud. It isn't because you're trying to expose them. It's because your energy refuses to participate in illusions and in a world built on performance. That is both magnetic and terrifying. Some will gravitate toward you, like moths to a flame, hungry for that clarity, yearning to live in the open air of authenticity again. They may not know why they feel better around you, only that something about you gives them permission to be more real, more alive, more themselves. But others, those not ready to face the truth, will retreat, withdraw, or worse, attempt to shrink you, so they don't have to feel so small in comparison. Not because you've made them feel less, but because you've reminded them that they could be more. And that's a weight not everyone is ready to carry. This is why your path has felt lonely at times. This is why you've questioned whether your light was too bright, your voice too bold, your presence too overwhelming. But the discomfort you awaken in others isn't about you, it's about what you awaken within them. And understanding this, Leo, is the beginning of your liberation. You were never sent here just to shine for the sake of being seen. Leo, your radiance was never meant to be ornamental. It was designed with a purpose, something far more sacred, far more weighty. You carry a soul contract, an invisible vow etched into the core of your being long before this lifetime began, to not only embody your own light, but to awaken it in others. Your presence is a call to remember. You are not here to dazzle the room. You are here to remind people that they, too, have a fire within them, and you do this not by teaching or persuading, but simply by being fully yourself. That is the cosmic responsibility you were entrusted with. That is the role only a heart as brave as yours could bear. But with that kind of light comes challenge. It's not easy, walking through a world that has grown comfortable in its shadows. It's not easy being the one who refuses to dim, while others beg for less intensity because they cannot meet your frequency. Over and over again you may have heard that you're too much, too emotional, too dramatic, too bold, too loud, and in your effort to belong, you may have tried to soften your edges, to dilute your truth, to make yourself more palatable. But every time you did, something inside you recoiled. Didn't it? A quiet ache. A heaviness that words couldn't explain. That ache was your soul mourning the betrayal of your own essence. Because when you dim your light to comfort others, you don't just hurt yourself, you rob the world of the very medicine it needs. Your intensity is not a flaw, it is the exact force required to disrupt the apathy that has lulled so many into emotional sleep. And yes, this means you will often feel like the outsider, the misunderstood, the one who feels too deeply in a world that rewards detachment. But that solitude is not a punishment. It's a sign that you are tuned into a level of truth most people are still running from. You are not too much, Leo. You are the exact amount of fire this world forgot it needed. And the moment you stop apologizing for your flame is the moment others will begin to find their way back to theirs. Even within the constellation of Leo, not all stars burn the same way, and yet, each one carries a distinct frequency of truth, crafted by the universe with precision, designed to manifest the Leo essence through different lenses, different roles, and different gifts. If you were born between the 23rd of July and the 2nd of August, your power most often flows through creation itself. You are the artist of reality, the one who cannot touch a canvas, a conversation, or a moment without leaving behind something vivid, something alive, something utterly unforgettable. There is nothing average about what comes through you. Even your silence speaks with a certain color, a pulse, a rhythm that stirs the air. Your presence challenges the dullness of this world by injecting it with imagination, with feeling, with depth. You are not here to repeat what's been done. You are here to birth something no one else can touch. And if your birthday falls between the 3rd of August and the 13th of August, your energy shows up as leadership, but not the kind built on control or hierarchy. Yours is a leadership of presence, of vision, of sheer gravitational pull. You don't lead because you command. Attention, you lead because you awaken direction in others. When you speak, people listen. When you move, others feel stirred to rise. There's a fire in your spirit that demands elevation not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. You are here to ignite purpose, to breathe belief into bones that have forgotten how to stand tall. And whether you realize it or not, your courage to take up space gives others permission to finally claim their own. Then there are those born between the 14th of August and the 22nd of August. ND souls who carry a softer, more mysterious expression of Leo's power. You are the seer, the revealer, the one who looks into others and somehow finds what they've never found in themselves. You don't just inspire, you awaken. Your gift is subtle but seismic. With just a glance, a word, or a quiet presence, you activate something long dormant in those around you. You help people remember the power they've buried beneath fear and doubt. And though this can be overwhelming for those who aren't ready, it is also your deepest gift, the ability to love people into their own becoming. Each wave of Leo energy expresses a unique truth. But the essence remains the same. You are here to transform, whether through creation, leadership, or revelation. Your life is a spark that catches fire in the hearts of others. And the more you understand the specific tone of your soul's frequency, the more clearly you will know how to direct it, not to control others, but to awaken the dormant wildness they were always meant to live. So now, Leo, it is no longer about questioning whether your energy is too much. It is about learning how to wield it with wisdom, with consciousness, with purpose. This is not a call to tame yourself, to soften your truth, or to clip your wings in the name of politeness. It is a call to direct your fire with intention, to understand that while your light is not meant for everyone, it is meant for someone. Not every room is ready to be illuminated. Not every soul is ready to awaken. And your task is not to force transformation, but to discern where your energy can be received, where it can land, and where it can grow. You are not here to please the crowd. You are not here to shrink yourself into something safe, familiar, or agreeable. You are here to become fully, unapologetically, and gloriously. And part of that becoming means knowing that your energy doesn't have to be on all the time. You don't need to give your full fire to every situation, every person, every encounter. Some moments call for your quiet warmth, others for your blazing roar, and the art is in learning the difference. Not to suppress, but to channel. Not to mute your truth, but to speak it with presence. There is great power in knowing when to shine and when to observe, when to lead and when to simply hold space. But never confuse discernment with denial. There is no virtue in silencing yourself for the comfort of others. There is no nobility in sacrificing your authenticity so that someone else can stay asleep. You were not designed to make everyone comfortable. You were designed to make people remember. And that means some will resist you. Some will criticize what they cannot comprehend. But none of that is your burden to carry. Your only task is to keep returning to your center, to your truth, to that burning, unwavering pulse that reminds you who you are. Because the more you live in alignment with that truth, the more your energy becomes precise, powerful, and deeply transformative, not just for others, but for yourself. So no, Leo, don't tone it down. Don't make yourself small. Don't confuse being conscious of your power with the need to dilute it. Let your energy be what it is. A divine instrument that was never meant to fit in but always meant to awaken. And so, Leo, we arrive at the heart of it all. Your energy is not just a presence, it is a spiritual catalyst. A living, breathing frequency that stirs the air, stirs the soul, stirs the silent corners of others' lives, where truth has long been buried beneath comfort and compromise. You don't have to try. You don't have to push. Just by being, you awaken something. You accelerate what was already trembling beneath the surface. You remind people that there is more aliveness, more honesty, more courage, more color than they've allowed themselves to feel. But not everyone wants to wake up. Not everyone is ready to see themselves without the filters. And that, dear Liwa, not your burden to bear. You were not sent here to drag people into their own light. You were sent here to be light, to live in a way that is so unmistakably authentic, so rooted in truth, so unapologetically alive, that those who are ready will feel the shift in themselves the moment they meet you. And for those who are not, let them go. Let them misunderstand you, reject you, resist what you reflect. Their discomfort is not your failure. It is simply a sign that your energy reached a part of them they weren't prepared to face. Your only responsibility is to stay true to your fire, to keep living in alignment with the essence that burns in you whether the world approves or not. Because when you live as yourself fully, boldly, unapologetically, you become a doorway, a living invitation for others to walk into their own truth. You don't have to convince. You don't have to prove. You only have to embody what you are. And what you are, Leo, is a divine reminder that life is meant to be felt, not survived. You were never meant to be understood by everyone, only to be recognized by those who are ready to remember who they are. So as we come to the end of this message, Leo, I want you to pause, not just in your thoughts, but in your body, in your breath, in the space around you, and truly feel what it means to carry this kind of energy. You are not just another soul passing through this world. You are a spark, a frequency, a fire that shifts the atmosphere long before you speak a single word. And though the path you walk may sometimes feel lonely, though your intensity may be too much for some to hold, you must remember, you were never meant to be small. You were never meant to dilute your truth for the comfort of others, or to make your presence more palatable for a world that has forgotten how to feel. The truth is, you are a living reminder of what it means to be fully alive. And while that will challenge some, it will also awaken many. The ones who are meant to walk with you will not fear your fire. They will be drawn to it. They will recognize themselves in your courage, in your radiance, in your refusal to apologize for being exactly who you are. Let the others fall away. Let their discomfort return to them as their own lesson to hold. That is not your work. Your work is to keep shining. Not louder. Not harder. Not to prove anything, but simply because that is who you are. And the world, whether it realizes it or not, desperately needs that kind of truth right now. So walk forward from here, not with the need to be understood, but with the quiet knowing that you are aligned, that your energy, when honored and directed with awareness, becomes a sacred force zone that heals, that liberates, that transforms. And when it gets heavy, when the world asks you once again to tone it down, to be easier to love, to be less, remember this: you were not born for ease. You were born for impact. You are the roar in the silence, the light at the edge of someone's awakening. And the moment you stop trying to fit in is the moment you begin to lead others home to themselves. Stay bold, Leo. Stay bright. And above all, stay true. Because the most powerful thing you can ever be in this world is fully, fiercely, and fearlessly yourself. Until next time, I'm Luna Celestine. Keep glowing.